London Christian Academy, London Christian Elementary School, and London Christian High have been working together to explore the possibility of joining together for over a year now. It's an exciting project with lots of possibilities and lots of challenge. You'll be receiving information, including lots of projections and data that we hope will help all of us to make an informed decision about the future of Christian education in the London area. We know that a K-12 school is a new concept to most of us. However, it's a growing trend across North America, in both Canada and the US, and also in Ontario, where it is being adopted by both public and private schools. To help us get a sense of what a K-12 school would be like, we visited Chatham Christian School, which is a sister school in our advanced network. We hope that this video helps you to experience what a K-12 school would be like.
I get to serve as principal at Chatham Christian School, which means we're a JK-12 school. We have 4-year-olds all the way to 18-year-olds. And our clear vision statement is that we provide vibrant and dynamic learning experiences for each student for God's glory. That's a pretty big statement to say that you make school alive and not boring for every student that's here, and ultimately that God's smiling on the interactions that are happening. But that's what we strive for each day. The reason why JK-12 school is very unique is because you have different opportunities that you wouldn't have in a JK-8 or a solo high school. We have leadership opportunities for high school students and service opportunities because we want those to happen now and for the future as they serve God in their next step.
One of my favorite things about having a K-12 school is that it makes the transition from elementary and middle school to high school significantly easier because you're already familiar with all of the teachers, and you kind of get an idea for the environment that's going to be in the high school, and a lot of your friends also come along with you.
I'm the art teacher and guidance counselor here in the high school, and I also am able to teach art to the grade 7 and the grade 8 class in middle school, and that's been a real blessing because I'm able to build relationship with the 7 and 8s. And when it's time for them to cross over into grade 9 as the guidance counselor, I have a relationship with those grade 8 students.
I teach leadership and shop here at Chatham Christian, and it's such an amazing opportunity to teach students leadership skills and have them apply them in the building, in the elementary school. We also do some amazing projects here in the shop class, and it's so exciting to invite the elementary students in to see what we're up to. My high school students were learning about sustainable agricultural practices and caring for chickens at school. They had the opportunity to teach the grade 1 class how to care for the chickens and why they were caring for the chickens, and the students in grade 1 were able to participate by caring for the chickens on a daily basis and collecting the eggs.
Having a K-12 school, it really is a good thing for leadership and co-op opportunities, especially if you like working with young kids, because you don't have to go to another place or another school to work with them. You can just go right across the school and you have your leadership and co-op opportunity right there.
When students have an assignment, like grade 10 English, writing a storybook for kids, rather than you do your assignment and it's done, they actually go over to the JK-SK class and read it to students.
As a teacher, even just today in class, I'm preparing to do some hydraulic judo robots with grade 7 and 8, and I needed some help to get some of my materials ready for that. So it was a quick trip over to the high school shop where that particular teacher was able to problem solve with me so that the materials that I have can be made ready for grade 7 and 8. I will say that having that person to go to enables me to take on bigger challenges in my science class.
I teach music here at CCS, and one of the good things that happens here from a K-12 school is seeing the growth of those kids over the many years and the relationships that are built from that. By the time they're older, that relationship is very strong, so it allows us to really speak into their lives, especially for Christ.
Something that I really enjoy about this type of learning and school setup is that Especially for students who have been here since elementary, you're able to build a lot of deep relationships with your friends, and then you take that with you into high school, and that often allows students to feel a lot more comfortable when they have to do presentations, or maybe they have an opinion that's different in the topic or some type of discussion that we're having. And so I feel like that allows for a lot of better relationships and a lot of comfort while you're learning.
The great thing about JK-12 is that we can see the kids coming in from the elementary side. I work with them, I've already built a relationship with them, and as they go into the high school, we are a step ahead of other schools in that sense because we already know some of their needs, we can have the plans in place, and the accommodations are already there for them.
I'm a student who has been using the Learning Hub since grade 7, and my transition from grade 8 to high school was really smooth, and I had the same support. The extra programs I'm in got to carry over from grade 8.
I have 4 boys here at this school, one of whom is on the autism spectrum, which also gives me a unique perspective in the spec ed world. I'm excited that I know that the people on this side of the building are working together with our team on the high school side of the building to ensure that he will have a seamless transition at some point in time. All of the people that support him here will be accessible to our staff on the high school side to help make sure that he transitions really well into high school and is successful there too.
One of my favorite parts about going to Chatham Christian High School and having the elementary and the high school in the same building is because it's much easier for transportation. So the elementary school students and the high school students go to school at the same time and leave school at the same time. So it's much easier for especially my family and other families who live outside of Chatham to pick up their kids at the same time and to take them to school at the same time every day.
Another benefit to this type of learning is that elementary students who are learning maybe something about the body and can't do big dissections, they can come to the high school side. They can see the dissections that we're doing or the lab experiments we're doing, and they can get like right hands-on interaction with those things, and that's really beneficial.
I'm the mother of a child here at Chatham Christian who is currently in SK. And there are definitely some concerns about having your kid go to an elementary school that's attached to a high school. So far in my experience, 2 years in, it has been nothing but positive. He walks by the gym, he sees volleyball, he sees high-level sports being played, and he's already starting to dream of what he can do, what sports he can play. He's already had some leadership students in his classroom. He's got a grade 9 boy volunteering in his classroom. Anytime a teenager pays attention to a little kid, the kid just gets so excited, and they'll come home and that'll be the highlight, that an older kid actually spent some time getting to know them. But it's not that happens every day. It's much more of a planned thing. I'm never afraid that he's lost in the high school wing by himself and is going to be bullied or whatever a worry might be. But those planned crossovers really get little kids excited about going to school. And even seeing what school can be in the future is a really cool thing that our school offers.
One of the beautiful things about a JK-12 school is the old adage of it takes a village to raise a child is fundamentally true. And in practice, day to day, on the bus, getting them into the classroom, walking in the hallways, having other allies that are maybe a little bit further along in the journey than they are, to lead the way for a lot of these students is something that's very visibly connected. From the student perspective. From the adult perspective, school is a unifier, and especially a JK-12 school, there are so many families that are united in that they want a beautiful place for their kids to learn and grow. Right now, families are rising up and ready to say, whatever you need at the school, for any other family or any other kid, I want to be there and be involved. So you do experience it in other schools, but you experience a stronger sense of community and a longer one, a more covenantal one, because you have 14 years together.